Reynolds back in a hurry. Reynolds to the hole. We're trying to get free, shoot, scores.
Takesha Granberry on target.
Lundy to the house. Touchdown, Virginia.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery, where all profits benefit Virginia's public schools grades K through 12. By clean, safe, reliable propane. Propane, exceptional energy. And brought to you in part by the Virginia Athletics Foundation, dedicated to providing scholarship, operational, and facility support for the Virginia Athletics program. On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly, presented by the Virginia Lottery.
I really wasn't sure whether I'd ever be able to play again.
Honing your skills so when training camp comes around, you can be better prepared.
Here's Rubio. He cranks it.
You know, the whole thing has just been a little bit unbelievable.
Just to be able to go out there and distribute the ball to our playmakers.
Hi, I'm Chris Long, number 91 on the football team. Today on our show, we have baseball and lacrosse highlights, and a football preview as we get started with spring practice. But first, here's your Play of the Week.
The Play of the Week is brought to you by SunTrust Mortgage. We make the American dream come true every day.
Ward, ball knocked down by actually Foster Gilbert's on for the first time. Ward trying to pick up the loose ball, but it's deflected and rolls back to Harry Alford in net. And he scoops it up, then gets checked as he came out of the cage. It's a wide open net for the Cavaliers. If they can recognize, here's Rubio. He cranks and scores. Alford was trying to retreat back in net, and Rubio caught him napping.
Yeah, I saw the goalie coming out of the cage, and anytime the goalie comes out of the cage, you'd like to take the ball away from him. It makes a dangerous situation for the offense, and luckily enough, I was able to make the play and dislodge the ball, and we ended up getting a goal out of it, so we're really happy about that.
Alford was trying to retreat back in net, and Rubio caught him napping and whistled a 15-yard shot right by him.
Coming up after the break.
Right side, but it's picked up, and then Posque rifles one home.
Welcome back to the show. Our number 1 ranked men's lacrosse team traveled north Saturday to take on the Maryland Terrapins. Let's take a look at the game story.
For on-demand video highlights of Virginia athletics, visit virginiasportstv.com.
1-0 on the Drew Thompson goal. Rubior makes the dodge and then slips and falls on the right side, but it's picked up, and then Posque rifles one home. So he picks up the loose ball and immediately fires it by Harry Alford. More Pennsylvania All-American candidate feeds and closed the shot to save as Kip Turner took it right out of the stick of Michael Phipps on the dodge up the left pipe. Phipps with a turnaround shot, and Turner got down low and stopped that one on his knees.
Once you get comfortable in there, everything slows down a little bit and you feel a little more confident, but I test a lot of it to the defense, holding them to tough shots that they didn't get them off clean, and that slows them down a little bit for me.
I think the defense and Kip Turner early in the game kept us in this one when they had some chances to score some goals, and then we just got on a little bit of a roll offensively.
Rubior dodging up the left pipe. Rubior goes high and beats Harry Alford. Threw it right over Alford's right shoulder, and the Cavaliers have struck quickly 3 times in the opening 4 minutes and 41 seconds. And the long pass by Turner ahead hits Ricky Smith at midfield. Smith to the left side, shot to score. Danny Gladding goes low with an overhand crank and fires it right by Alford. Knowing what they like to do. Now a dodge and a spinning shot inside on top of the crease, and Kip Turner.
This was my best game of the year, I felt like, and a lot of inside shots that I made saves on that I wasn't making earlier in the year, and I just feel comfortable now, and I feel a little bit better about my play, and defense is playing great for me, and everything's clicking right now.
We were really playing defense all over the field, and that goes to our attackmen riding the ball, our midfielders riding, and then defensively we just really sat down and played sound defense. And if we can continue to play like that, I think we're going to be really tough to handle.
They say the best offense is a good defense, and unquestionably we had that today. Our defense has played fantastically, not just today, but throughout the entire season, and I hope they're getting the credit they deserve.
Knocked down by actually Foster Gilbert's on for the first time. Ward trying to pick up the loose ball, but it's deflected and rolls back to Harry Alford in net. And he scoops it up, then gets checked as he came out of the cage. It's a wide open net for the Cavaliers. If they can recognize, here's Rubio. He cranks and scores. Alford was trying to retreat back in net, and Rubio caught him napping.
Well, offensively, we hit our early shots, which is very important for us in order to just create momentum. But on the other end of the field, Kip Turner played just fantastically, really shut down the offensive power of Maryland and played great in the cage. So, yeah, both ways we played well.
To get off to a 5-1, 5-0 lead is great. To have a 4-goal lead in the first 5 minutes of the game. Can't ask for anything better than that from our offensive production
in the first quarter. Singing the ball well, and now a spinning shot to score. That was Danny Gladding with his second goal of the game. Met and pushed out by Maryland's Michael Hartopoulos. Now Thompson goes low and scores. Well, that was crafty. He went down to a knee and snuck that ball.
We've been shooting the ball so well, and I think that just goes to show, that the effort and the hard work that all these guys are putting into it really pays off.
Bjorn looks for the angle, gives up, and the shot, left-handed shot to score. Waring number 1 feeds it back on top. Jack Riley thought about cranking, shoved down by Wittenberg. Wittenberg slips, gives up to Ward. Bounce shot goes low and zings it right by Harry Alford.
When you have a big lead like that, the focus has to shift from the other team to yourself, and how you can continue to be aggressive, continue to improve throughout the game.
Maryland is the most physical team that we're going to play every year. There's no question about it. And so you come into a game like this knowing that this is going to be a hard game, and by hard I mean physical. And so I think we were prepared to play that way. And you answer those kind of things, I think, by picking up ground balls and moving your feet on defense and doing those kind of little things that make a big difference in a game like this. And I thought we were on the ground balls and the repossessions all day today.
I think we came out and played physically, but anytime Maryland and Virginia play, they're big, strong athletes, so you expect a physical game. And
on the cage, Rubio's spinning shot score, fires it over the right shoulder of Harry Alford, who barely saw it. On the cage, Ward looks to feet on top of the crease, cannot, now spins, fires, and scores. He beat Jason Carter just inside the right pipe by a Maryland player, Tompkins. Actually, that's Hinton. Now at the left side, Billings is wide open. He cranks and scores as he fires it right by Jason Carter.
You just feel confident going into the second half when you're up, 11, 12-1, and we finished off very well. And it's easy to just let things go and play soft. But we kept it going the whole game.
Thought, like I said, that we were sharp every day, and that we were ready to play today. And we've got a team that cares about what we're doing and puts the time in, and then seems to be ready to play consistently on game day.
If we can keep up that sort of effort, I think we're going to be a great team.
The UVA baseball team is off to its best start in program history. On Friday, the Cavaliers began a tough road stretch against NC State. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this big ACC matchup.
It's Virginia at 24-5, 6-3 in the ACC against NC State. They're 22-8. They are 5-4 in league play. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Waves at a breaking ball, and that's out number 1. Second strikeout for Doug. In the top of the 4th inning, a 0-0 game. 1-1 pitch. Hagan swings and ropes one to right field. In the hole between first and second, and Geyer gets the green light. Aragon comes up throwing. The throw to the plate. Geyer dives. He's safe. And Virginia leads 1-0. Brackman will fire one over the head of the first baseman, and he balked as he double-clutched on the pickoff throw, and so a free pass to home plate for Tom Hagan. Jeremy Farrell moves to second base, and Virginia's leading 2-0. Cavs scratch first. Can NC State answer? Ground ball up the middle into center field, a base hit. That'll tie the game. 1 run home. 2 runs home as Corona right behind Bates. And the Wolfpack have evened it up. Man on first, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th inning. Swinging a high fly ball, shallow left center field. This will be a long run for Tim Henry, and it's dropped by Brandon Geyer as he cut in front. It hits the heel of his glove, falls to the ground. Error on Geyer, 2 on, nobody out. The 0-1. Curveball rope to left field. That'll drop for a hit. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in as the throw comes to the plate late. And NC State leads 4-2. 1-1. There's a ground ball up the middle that'll be fielded under the glove of Greg Midglad into center field. 2 runs are in. And running to second is Ryan Pond. The throw gets away and Pond's safe. Unbelievable.
Coming up next.
I really wasn't sure whether I'd ever be able to play again.
After a traumatic car accident just over 2 years ago, Ben Rubier wasn't sure that he'd ever play lacrosse again. But now he's made a full recovery, and the process has had a positive impact on his life. He's now one of the most dangerous offensive players in the nation. Second-year attackman Ben Rubier is your Student Athlete of the Week.
The Student Athlete of the Week is presented by the Virginia Lottery. In 2005, the Virginia Lottery contributed a record $423 million to public schools throughout the Commonwealth.
At the end of my junior season, I guess it was a couple weeks into summer, I decided that I wanted to come here, so I called Coach Starja.
And then subsequently that summer, after he made his commitment, he had a terrible car accident. About a week in shock trauma.
It was a pretty severely broken arm. It was a compound fracture, so both the bones were outside of the skin. And at first, I thought I'd have a full recovery. I knew it would take some time to get back to 100%. So I went back to my doctor, and they ended up doing some tests, doing some X-rays, and discovered that it was infected.
The cage is open. They score! Rubier buries it for Virginia. His third of the day.
I think there was concern for his life at first, and then losing the arm, and then, like I say, and then right down to the end of, maybe he'll play athletics again.
I really wasn't sure whether I'd ever be able to play again, and I don't think the doctor was either. But I guess it was about early to middle February. I went back to the doctor. He took some X-rays, and he really thought it looked much better than he expected. So he gave me the go-ahead to play my senior season, which was completely out of nowhere, a complete surprise, and I was very lucky.
He is someone that I think does appreciate the fact that he can participate, that he's healthy enough to do it, that it's an important part of his life, and that he needs to take advantage of it every moment that it's available to him. I had a chance to talk to him while he was in the hospital, and just to say to him that we were going to stand by our commitment no matter what, which at the time may not have registered with him, but at some time afterwards with his mom and dad, they both said to me how much that meant to them, that we were willing to stand by our commitment no matter what.
That commitment, I remember my dad walking in my room. My dad was actually in tears because Coach Starja had told him this, and I never see my dad cry, and seeing my dad cry, it really showed me how much that commitment meant to me, and I was amazed by that.
And it was really a miracle. Early on, almost throughout the beginning of the first half of his senior year, there was plenty of talk of him never playing athletics again, never mind playing lacrosse in his senior year in high school. The whole thing has just been a little bit unbelievable.
I feel the healthiest I've been playing since probably my junior year of high school. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season, and hopefully I can stay healthy.
Rubier left. Rubier faces a slide and a shot. Score! He got it past Schwartzman's leg.
He can finish his shots, but he can also create things. He's just a multi-faceted player, multi-talented player.
Rubier from the wing, cranks and scores. Bears have the lead. Rubier cannon.
You're always looking for people like Ben Rubier. They're not all Ben Rubier. That's what makes him a little bit special, certainly. But I think he epitomizes what we'd like to see in a Virginia student athlete.
Who can't enjoy it when you're playing well and you're winning? So hopefully we can continue that.
Although we're technically in our off season, this is still an important time for our team's development, and we're getting after it right now in spring practice. It's football this week on Who's Heating Up.
Who's Heating Up is brought to you by Propane Exceptional Energy.
A lot of spring practice is about individual, and that is developing the individual skills of a player, fundamental development, so forth, that he has the skills not only to learn his job, hey, this is what your assignment is, but the skills to do his job.
Third time through.
developing as an athlete, developing as a player, learning as much as you can about the defense or offense, whatever side of the ball you're on, and just honing your skills so when training camp comes around, you can be better prepared to contribute to the team and help the team improve. I think the defense as a whole is good. I think we can be a very good defense. I think along the defensive line, Chris Long is going to have to grab those guys and pull them along and tell them what they need to do, because Chris Long is going to be a leader on this team. And for the linebackers, Appleby, Jermaine Dias, and Clint Centum, those are going to be all guys who are going to be pivotal for our defense. And in the secondary, it's going to be me, Nate, and those guys are going to have to step up and help the young guys grow as players. And all along, I think as long as we stick together and have a confidence and a swagger about ourselves, I think we'll be fine. And we just need to continue to grow and learn about each other and stick by each other.
We'll start the spring with Chris Olsen. He'll be the first guy to go into the huddle.
I got a great surrounding cast around me right now with the receivers, the tight ends, the running backs. We got a line that's shaping up to be probably one of the best in the ACC. So there's really nothing to be nervous about. I'm just trying to go out there and be the point guard, as Coach Groh told me earlier in the week, just to be able to go out there and distribute the ball to our playmakers and, let them take care of it once they get it in their hands.
This off season, he's really been working on his release and just getting acquainted with his receivers and getting comfortable. And I think he's been stepping up a whole lot as far as attitude and his dedication.
We've got three good tight ends. All have got versatility, and they've been in the action. We got quite a few wide receivers who've played in the game. We got a couple of emerging players.
I would say we probably have two of the best tight end, the tandem in, maybe all of college football. And our receivers are just so experienced and so, they're so deep. We could play 5 or 6 receivers if we needed to, maybe more. So I think, those guys are going to be the all-stars of our team this year.
They're just great guys. They're great players, and they just been working hard. We all know what we got to bring to the table, and we just been working hard this offseason, and we just ready to go.
We're going to have 50 minutes to look at this and get square, okay, particularly from an assignment and communication standpoint, everything that went on today.
Let's go, y'all. Keep working on 3. 1, 2, 3, keep working.
Find out why more people are choosing clean, safe, reliable propane. Visit usepropane.com. Propane, exceptional energy. Stay tuned. Virginia game highlights are coming up next on Cavalier Sports Weekly.
Welcome back to the show. The UVA women's lacrosse team traveled to Duke on Saturday to take on the undefeated Blue Devils. Let's take a look at the game story.
The Olympic Sports Spotlight is presented by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
It was a great opportunity for us to play against a great opponent in Duke, and our team really did a nice job of playing together and getting the job done. We were pretty effective with our shooting. We just hadn't shot enough times, but we were really even with them in the stats, and we said it's a Virginia game. If we just focus on what we're going to do and stay together as a team, turn opportunities into good ones. They came up with some draw controls, they pushed the pace, they were really able to control the game, I think, in that second half. Ginger, I think, had her best game of her career so far. I mean, 12 saves in a game against shooters like Duke. It's phenomenal. And then to make the saves down the stretch when we were up just one, Ginger did a great job. She really was a huge part of this win today. We had come through a stretch where we scored a bunch of goals and we were winning games, but we weren't so sure how much of it was us. And I think after playing a team like Duke today and coming out on top, I think a lot of our wins have been more about Virginia than maybe we realized.
In other Cavalier sports action this week,
Thanks for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly. With the spring football game less than 3 weeks away, I'm going to go get ready to take on some offensive linemen. Until next time, go Hoos.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery, where all profits benefit Virginia's public schools grades K through 12. By clean, safe, reliable propane. Propane, exceptional energy. And brought to you in part by the Virginia Athletics Foundation, dedicated to providing scholarship, operational, and facility support for the Virginia Athletics program.